Look at I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to no one. Hi, can you hear me now? Good, I think so, yes. Yes, I do believe you can. Oh, my perfect timing was ruined by my own silliness. Oh well. How are you doing, Night Paper? How's it going? You got a new headset. Oh, Paper, does that mean you're gonna be talking in your streams from now on? Alright, let's see. Where were we? Riddle on the rails, and I was stuck. That's right. Maybe? Ooh. Well, if you do, let me know. Saha. It's a Rig 700HX. That means nothing to me, Paper. I know nothing about headsets, but I'm sure it's lovely. Right. Where are we, Watson? I forgot. We're at Doncaster. Ah. Whoops. That is not what I wanted. We're here to check out something. Alright, Watson. Let's have a look around. Ah. Piece of burnt paper.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
What is this?
Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans.
Huh.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
Very astute.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Indeed.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
All right. Look it up late. Look it up late. All right, Paper. I look it up late. Oh, Dolby Atmos stuff? Oh, Dolby Atmos is awesome. Anything of particular interest in this corner? No. That's a lovely little fire, however. Alright, let's continue and see if there's a station master we can talk to. Alright, this is the guy that was betting on the ponies. Okay, I remember being here. We were here, but then we found reason to come back here. Yes. Ah, there's the fellow now. Oh, yes. We're going to check something here, but the lake broke through and flooded the lowlands. All right. See if we can't talk to the station master. Ooh.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir. Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Right, where's he? Okay, we still need to do that, and then find the minister with the cigars. Examine the side railway branch that leads to the quarry station, located between Chesterfield and Estersham. Eversham? Eversham. Okay, where's that? Field Eversham. Well, we're here, but I can't. There's no side. The quarry's been flooded when they blew open the lake and flooded it. Perhaps trying to facilitate their nefarious deeds? Can't go here. See, I think they're blackmailing. the station master. Alright. Alright, I get it, game. Thank you. Thank you. I think they're blackmailing this station master to allow them to use this spot where they made the low water, or where they brought the water in, to load things off of the trains. They stole the first train. Now they intend to use this spot in the future. To what end? Alright, where's the gentleman that was here? Where did he wander off to? Where could he have gone? He's not in the warehouse. He's not in the luggage area. He's not in the waiting hall. Then where did he go?
What should we do next, Holmes?
I need to talk to this man who's disappeared on us. Ah, can I go this way, or will it turn me around?
This railway branch should lead to... The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The switch is rusted.
Rusted, but it still works. Alright then, Watson. So, the rail runs down here and ends abruptly, but
The railway ends here. That is strange.
it's been recently changed. Train could have been sunk to the flooded quarry. No, the train cannot be sunk in the flooded quarry because the old railroad that leads there is missing some rails. Oh. No. Yes. Yes, and then these two will connect. Perhaps. Let's see, are there more clues? Stolen rail track. Somebody stole the rails to temporarily cover the missing section of the old railroad to be flooded. Somebody stole the rails to temporarily cover the missing section of the old railway to the flooded quarry. Somebody stole the rails temporarily to cover the missing section of the railroad into the mines. Yes, okay. Alright. Let me see here. I'm guessing that they just went down into the quarry?
Holmes, are we on the same track as the flooded quarry?
Yes. Yes, indeed, Watson. Alright, so. Now we must find the man who was smoking cigars in the waiting room. Where could he have gone? Let's see here. Where could he have gone? He spent at least the last few days there. And the station master is being no help at all. We saw him leave. Perhaps, what do I have in my Perhaps we need to investigate. Or I need to examine the cigar more?
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
So it would seem. Can only examine it, so I don't need to use it. Ah.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Alright. Let's see here. Oh. Wrinkles. Elderly. Smart clothing. Wrinkled clothing. Strong build. Martial arts. And an expensive cigar.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Ha! They're the cigars.
Because of your cigars.
See, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros, who were due to arrive yesterday. They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Well.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Indeed, Watson. Alright. Suspicious man and the company. The Mexicans held no grudge against the Chileans. Business is business after all. The Mexican Carcel Company held a grudge against the Chilean Barca group, as the Chileans were favored for purchasing the Nubia coal mines despite the Mexicans' preliminary sales contract. I'm going with angry. Aha! The Mexicans organized the Chileans to stay on the train. This is why the controller removed all the passengers except the Chileans. The Mexicans sealed in the Chileans. It was carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sealed the train underneath the collapsed mines to hide their crime. Blind justice. The Mexicans' immunity towards the Chileans has cost many lives. We must act quickly, contact the Strad, and allow the police to perform their loud and swift justice, even at the risk of international conflict. Political game. A criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. Give Mycroft the chance to resolve the conflict, even though it might be protracted and turned on to his own advantage. Continue the investigation. I do want to make one last trip. Solve the mystery of the vanished train. I want to go to the mines one more time before we make up our mind. Fairly positive I know the outcome. I'm pretty sure I'm 100% right. However, I do want to... Yes. Alright. Oops. Let's return to Eversham. I want to talk to the businessman one more time. One last conversation, and then we wrap this up with a tidy little bow. Oops.
The entire train is...
Yes. Oh. Oh, read the signs, me. Is he not? Oh, he wasn't at this station, was he? Oh, well. There's no more clues. We're gonna do the political game. Yes. All right.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barcazas Company directors were trapped under the collapsed mines, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dig out the mines.
You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Oh.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Oh, he's worried. Sometime later...
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Oh! Oh, no, you don't. Watson's a good shot.
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
Oh, come on, Watson. Riddle on the rails. It was carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sealed the train underneath the collapsed mines to hide their crime. A criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly, requires a delicate approach. The decision was made to give Mycroft the chance to resolve the conflict. Clues found, 23. Conclusion, the Mexicans sealed in Chileans. Moral choice, political game. Space, hold check your conclusions. No. Accept the decision. Warning, you're about to guess, it's fine. Your ranking. Personally ranking commiserative. Cases. People solved the case the same way, 22%. Oh. People made the same moral choice, 58%. Ah. I wonder how most people solved it then. Do they think that the train was at the bottom of the quarry and they flooded the quarry to hide that evidence? It's possible. I like my mine. I like the way we went with it. The mine. Bloodbath. Oh boy. Ooh boy. Next case. Dun dun. Watson?
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits. The pupil is dilated.
Dilated pupil.
The temperature appears to be normal.
A normal temperature.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
No.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
Ooh, not good.
But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Of course you did.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to
Then again.
find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the Chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic? Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon.
Ah,
We haven't
yes.
touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Yes, the first case was so boring. I mean, really. A souvenir. Ah, the train whistle. Toot toot. And we have more portraits. Portrait of the Mexican. Train Lestrade at the Strand Lane Baths. Ah, to the baths. No, right, I need to click on the map and click on the baths. Haha! Oh! The textures for my book didn't load. How sad. Watson? How are you doing today? Other than finding Holmes passed out and was dead. Here we go. I have a replica of the Statue of Venus.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Suspects?
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn.
Ah.
I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
Okay.
You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Okay. Well, thank you for chiming in, headset. I appreciate it. Alright, so. Let's go and take a look first, shall we? Which way am I going? This way? So why am I in third person?
Expensive clothes, belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
No doubt. Champagne, eh?
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Iced champagne?
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
Well, I see nothing else extraordinary about it. But I missed a clue because it would have shown that there is a green.
Champagne for a special occasion.
Ah, there we go. Now we have the green magnifying glass, which means we have finished examining.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
Okay. Oh my.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
Let's see.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
Indeed.
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
A bloody key, eh?
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
The death is very recent, between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry. Or he is an artist. Or a ghost. Or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Yes, well. Oh my.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Interesting.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Alright, I'll turn the steam off. Alright, I want to read this plate on the wall. G. Newell and Son, Steam Specialist, Seattle, Washington. Well, that's my neck of the woods. What do you know? Glasses? Oh,
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Gentlemen.
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
It's horrible. So Rodney is dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Very well.
The grid cannot be removed.
Are all the grids the same? It seems so. Alright. What is it about the steam switch that we need to figure out?
G. Newell and Sons, Steam Specialists, Seattle, WA.
Seattle, WA. What? Holmes, you don't know what WA stands for? Well, okay, this is London.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Oh, that sneeze snuck out of nowhere. Alright. Well, for now.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Indeed, Watson. What should we do next? Alright, so we have sample of dirt, sample of blood, the key found underneath Rodney's body, and we know about the champagne. Search crime scene and the area of the Strand Lane baths. Find the missing weapon that was used to kill Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Alright. So you're the only one with blood on your
I
toe.
found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep.
I see.
I don't want to stay here. Let us out, please.
I will talk with them more at the station.
I can't understand what happened. Am I allowed to leave?
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to be dressed properly first.
Alright.
Mr. Holmes?
Watson, did you not follow me out? You didn't. There's only 3 sets of clothing out here, but there was 4 men inside. Very peculiar. Where is the dead man's clothes? Or one of the other men's clothes?
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Please wait. I need to do something first.
One moment, Lestrade.
Frigidarium. This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop. Tools used by archaeologists in their research. Tools used... I will need these tongs.
Not sure why, but okay. This metal plate, besides its archaeological interest, appears to be a part of something larger. At the present moment, I am unable to determine exactly what that might be. Why did I take these tongs?
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
Dear friend, I wish to organize a press conference at the Strand Lane Baths next month. 1893 was a remarkable year for my work in Egypt, but now it is time to set my focus upon English archaeology too. To shine the light on our national treasures and reveal them to the public. I would like to see as many journalists as possible in attendance to record this event, and record it favorably, if we treat them well enough. I should like to recall my old friendship with Lord Blackmore and use the special funds of the Royal Archaeological Institute for this event. Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Interesting. The Daily Mirror. There are few among us who could claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. He is a gentleman who possesses the wealth, notoriety, and vigour to well match the finest of his ilk abound in England. His intellect is equal to his charms, as he has often been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. He holds powerful connections within the Lord's Chamber, and carries an influence inside the political world. There are those who would call him unforgiving and authoritarian. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence at an archaeological site can only mean success for all concerned. Yes. The Times. Miraculous reopening for the Strand Lane Roman Baths excavation research. The research efforts were about to be halted when a saviour arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Sir Rodney has taken over immediate control of the excavation, claiming that the site holds the key to a great mystery. We pledge to update our readers with all of the exciting news as it develops. Paper, you have 1,000,000 points. Wow. I'll have to come up with something for you to redeem those for. Alright, let's see here. Anything else? Notes on the ground? No.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Okay. Let's see. When are we going to get a horror game stream? I don't know, Paper. What horror games would you like to see?
A glass plate negative is missing.
Very interesting.
It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue. Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh my.
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
It's alright, Watson.
Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
Tell you what, Paper. Right. Let's go back real quick. I wish to talk with those gentlemen one more time before I let Lestrade take them to the yard.
Do we have to stay here? Can't we go?
I feel ill. I want to go.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
I should analyze this melted metal. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
This was the weapon. Alright. They don't want to talk here. I don't blame them. I'll have Strahd take them to the yard.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
None, Lestrade.
That was so worth it. Alright. Mr. Phillips.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
First, let me get a good look at you. Light wrinkles. Scissor cut. Grooms himself. Lives alone. It's fastidious. Starched collar. Shiny buttons. Manchester City crest. Ah. And a telegram.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Paper, when are we going to get a horror game stream? I said I wasn't sure, Paper, and I asked you for a suggestion. If you have no suggestions, I don't know.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room.
Yes.
Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Everything is important, my good man. Paper, Outlast, PT. What's PT? Alien Isolation? I've already played Alien Isolation. Amnesia. I don't know about Amnesia.
Mr. Holmes?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Alright. Let us head for the odd. Actually, I want to go investigate what I found. Melted metal. Scotland Yard. The belongings of the victims and the witnesses is right to be examined at Scotland Yard. Speaking of which. Yes. All the outfits are gone, of course. Where did he leave his outfit? Back to Baker Street. Alright, let's examine these samples I've gotten. We'll start with the dirt. set the focus. Haha.
White clay particles. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. Selenite. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to.
Right. White clay.
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
Ah. Now, let's analyze the blood sample.
Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place...
Yes. Bloop. Boop. Bloop. Bloop.
Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
And now the metal.
This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver.
Clever. Bloop. Alright. So our silver coin turns red. And the metal piece also red.
The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver. Britannia silver quality. My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
What should we do next, Holmes?
To the yard, Watson. We will interrogate the subjects and determine what they saw.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Good day.
Locked.
Lestrade's not in there.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
We'll start with Garrow, since he found the body.
A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
Badly shaven. Perspiration. Scar. Bags under the eyes. Dirty clothes. Protective amulet. Superstitious.
What is your occupation?
I am a counsellor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes. So many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you. And he trusted me, but, oh...
Are you feeling unwell?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear... No, nothing. I'm better now.
Please try to recall what you saw today.
The room was so hot, I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
Saw the knife? What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
It didn't help. The power is too strong.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that or he is a good actor. Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
All right.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
All right, Mr. Blinkhorn. Focused look, attentive. Rusty braces, shabby workwear, not wealthy. Recent earthwork. Callous hands. Profession.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
I see.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me.
Ah.
Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
No. Silver, you say? No, I don't know how it got there.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
All right.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
So Garrow put the silver in the brazier.
Good day to you, Sir
Hoping it would
Gregory.
protect them,
My
maybe?
name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
Oh, aren't you a piece of work? Arrogant, yes. Mouth shape, disdain. The signet ring. Aristocratic roots. A gold chain. Cashmere. Man of wealth.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes. I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
Sir Rodney?
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
You were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
The murder.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. Then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
Some melted silver was found inside the steam room brazier. Do you know where it came from?
Silver? No.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Effective arrivals. Rodney arrival saved the archaeological research and the baths. No. Broken glass inside the brazier. Effective arrival. Sir Rodney's lie. No. No. Champagne. Okay. It's not a lot to go on. Let me talk to Mr. Garrow again.
I'm trying to rest.
I'm not sure that I can be helpful at the moment.
Do you have something else to ask me?
Alright, we're done with them for now.
Locked.
Lestrade's still out. Let's examine their belongings. We'll start here.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room. I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver. I see the...
Interesting.
An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question. An old and rather dirty coin. A hand-drawn map. Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces. And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
Ah, Holmes. Interesting.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
Subject, Sir Rodney Bentcliffe, age 63. The right eyeball has been burst, pierced by the hilt of a curved blade knife. The blade cut through the orbit of the frontal bone, ripping a part of the frontal lobe and the corpus callosum, after which, completing its trajectory in the cerebellum, caused hemorrhagic lesions. All of the injuries led directly to the death of the individual. At the upper lobe of the right lung, there is an old injury filled with an amount of mucus and silitated debris that may correspond to a chronic infection by elements likely inhaled in a burial chamber, a decaying mummy, for example, or a dried and decomposing food product intended to accompany the deceased in their grave. The remainder of the body does not appear to have been damaged. Alright.
An ordinary pencil.
Sir Gregory Pitkin, manager to Mr. Blinkhorn. Dear Sir, the interests that I represent require the situation at the baths to be changed for the better. At the present time, the frigidarium excavations remain under your direction, and yet the works have not progressed. You have failed to find anything of value, and we are unable to make the frigidarium accessible to the public. The frigidarium is a valuable asset in the recreation of the Roman bath experience. I urge you to complete your work within the next 2 months. You have this remaining time to conclude your archaeological research and to find yourself another workplace. Aha.
When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself.
Which makes sense. A drug vial.
A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Aha. Explains why Garrow's so odd.
An embroidered silk handkerchief. A fountain pen with solid gold trim. Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
All right. Let's see, Watson. All right. Okay, game uses there's a connection. What is it? Oh, so the notes, of course. Why would Serrani be hiding anything? Could his discovery be the motive for the crime? More than likely. Last expedition. Find out where Serrani was several days before his murder and uncover his precious secret. Alright.
Locked. Please.
Mr. Garrow.
His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it. Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Interesting.
Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
It seems.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
No, it wasn't.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
Okay.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
No. All right. Garrow's drug. Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, but at a high cost to his morale. Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney. He was thankful for the possibility of their working together and the chance of learning from him. I think that's the more likely answer. All right. Must figure out where he went last.
What should we do next, Holmes?
That's a good question. That's a very good question, Watson. Go back to Baker Street. Find the weapon. Part of the ready for examination. Oh! I forgot to examine the body. Damn it. Damn it all anyways. Watson, do you have anything interesting to tell me?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Toby. I want to say hi to Toby first.
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Back to the yard. I forgot to examine the body. Oh well. Quick, run back. I'm not paying for the carriage anyways. Haha. Oops, a post. The morgue. Alright. Let's take a look.
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
Wow.
The bruising is in lines. Some light bruising, caused by a rope. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
Descending where? No, I didn't mean to rotate.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
Alright, Watson.
Locked.
Let me see if I can call any of the witnesses again.
Do you have something else to...
I'm...
Oh. I don't see this place that I can go to. Map. A hand-drawn map found amongst the Rodney's belongings. It points to a location around St. Albans in the north of London. We found on the map at Baker Street. At Baker Street. Yes, alright then. To Baker Street. What is that paper? A lying down and resting emote?
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Let me see here. No. Ha.
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
Aha. That didn't take very long.
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
Indeed. Well, let's check out this little shack first.
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Oh. Followers of Mithras were worshipping more conventional deities such as Juno or Neptune in their everyday lives. Mithras' temples were usually found below the temples of other gods. Mithras' followers often referred to their traditional deities to gain passage to the Mytherium. The example of the Mytherium of Duyo in France is interesting, as the entrance was located beneath a carved statue of Diana. This entrance was possibly revealed by a clever stone and rope mechanism, which may never have been discovered if the water infiltration had not destroyed the mechanism, opening the way down to the Mytherium. Mithranic temples can be found in Rome, Ostia, Numidia, Dalmata, Britain, and along the Rhine-Danube frontier, while being somewhat less common in Greece, Egypt, and Syria. Interesting. What's this? The cult of Mithras was a mysterious religion practiced within the Roman Empire from around the 1st to 4th century AD. The name of the Persian god Mithra, adapted by the Greek as Mithras, was linked with a new and distinctive imagery. Worshippers of Mithras had a complex system of 7 grades of initiation. With ritualistic meals, initiates would meet in the underground temples called Mytheria that were retained in large numbers. The iconic scenes of Mithras now show him as being born from a rock and slaughtering a bull. Mold pieces. And a book of reports. The knife used by Mithras for the sacrifice of the bull is originally as curved sacrificial blade of Persian origin. Its curve can be from 5 to 15 degrees. The name is derived from the Persian Shamshir, which means sword. This radical curved sword family includes the Shamshir, the scimitar, the Talwar, the Kiljij, the Palwar, and the Mongol saber. A myth of the golden knife is the key to the mythic mysteries that some describe as the equivalent to the Holy Grail. The golden knife carries a curse that will spill the blood of the unworthy who could dare to touch it. You're going to bed, Paper? Alright, Paper, have a wonderful night, and thanks for stopping in. I'll see you next time. Shelf. Another document. And the empty coconuts that they used to imitate the sound of horses' hooves. Another strange ritual for the old gods to keep the evil spirits away. The people, feeling that the dark eye was upon them, would melt their valuables in the fire. Subsarum tribes burned fruits, and the rich Roman families spared no expense melting silver or tin. It is not recorded if such valuable offerings were thrown away with the ashes or if they were reused at a later date. Now we see what he was attempting. She was a very superstitious fellow, I see. Before I go... Alright. There's a book there that says the Roman Baths. Area 1. Oh, a Cyclops. Interesting.
The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge. Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking.
Alright, let's continue. Area 2, the pits.
I don't need the ropes for now. Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
And a trowel that we already took. Interesting. Find a use an archaeologist's trowel.
I don't need...
Skull. The Arch of Hadrian.
It is a statue of Minerva. Neptune, the god of the sea.
Interesting.
It is a broken statue of a bull.
Interesting. Alright.
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city. The gastrofets were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
The water is very loud. Alright, let's check this building.
The door has been left open. Someone did not care or was in haste.
Dear Lord Blackmore, the manager of the baths, Sir Gregory Pitkin, was quite a nuisance at the start when I arrived. After you stepped in, he became rather more helpful. Occasionally, people of his rank are not well suited to a work of such great magnitude. They lack necessary vision. In a few weeks' time, I hope to bring good news of the Strand Lane baths. I'm on the verge of discovering a major archaeological artifact, one that might be used politically by your party to demonstrate the strength of our ancestors and fulfill the need to protect our empire from any present and future threats. Kind regards, Sir Rodney Benclaff. Right. Calvin, Hobbes, and you consider yourselves as being so smart and funny. I had a good laugh when you froze Miss Durkin's notes about the Arch of Hadron and Ice. However, our thesis exams are just ahead, and as you are the so-called brain of your improbable duo, I have to warn you that Gastrophe's model, the ancient Greek crossbow, and not the medical device to relieve constipated peoples, as you might have thought, is not to be touched, or else I'll have to inform Mr. Wormwood about everything you've done these past 2 years. P.S. I hate Hobbes' tuna sandwich. S. Spittle. That's a cute little Calvin Hobbes reference. Picken feels rather uncomfortable about postponing the public opening of the Roman baths because of Rodney. He was angry because of this. Picken expects to receive much of the value from Rodney's research. The work will increase the baths' renown and popularity. I'm going to lean this way for right now.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. This is the gastrofets were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Okay. Eventually, these items will come into play. I'll need that and the rope, I think.
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site.
It just goes off over there on the corner, it seems. Pail of water. Aha. I must go down there. Okay.
This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
Ah, a use for the trowel. Let's get this all cleaned up, shall we?
I can see now.
Oh, yes.
Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman Baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
We'll have to have someone remove all that rubble. Search the excavation site complete. Has left leads that point towards the Frigidarium with the Roman bath. So important discovery to make. Find the missing weapon. That was just to kill him. Alright. Well, we'll have to go and ask that they remove the rubble.
Construction hooks. Construction hooks.
Yes, so I'm gonna need to get the construction hook, the rope, and the crossbow at some point in the future and use them. Watson, you didn't come and join me. Whatever are you doing back here?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Let's go back. What do I have? Do I have anything? Aha. Let's go perform an analysis on this, Watson. Back to Baker Street. Let's see what this mold was casting.
There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them. I will count this piece as a starting point. I will count this piece as a starting point.
Huh. I wish to turn this piece.
I will count. Okay. Huh. How did I do that? I will count this piece.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, so this isn't a bottom. It's more of a middle. Yes, let's switch these two. Yes, like so. Okay, so now this one is also not a bottom. Yes. Like so. Oops. Annoyingly, only those two fit together so far. Oh. Because this is a curve. Is it a square notch? No, it's a curved notch. That would line up together. Ah, but this isn't a bottom. Which is why. Where's my last bottom piece? There you are. Square. So this needs to be a square. These two line up. Okay, these two line up, but this doesn't. Aha! Let me see here. Oh, is this annoying, isn't it? Those two fit together. That's square, but it needs to be one of these rounded ones. You're not a top piece. Okay, where's the other top piece? This is the other top piece. Haha! Some slight progress. So I know this one fits here. It needs a... let me switch these two then. You need to fit in like this. Yes, excellent. Alright, so we have this for. So this one needs the triangular groove on the bottom. None of these has a triangular groove on the bottom. Interesting. Wait. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. You'll go this way. No. Would you please? Alright. You'll go this way. You'll go that way. Now you need to go this way. Aha! Not sure how I made this connection exactly. Let's spin you. You'll need to go this way. Which means, let's see, you would be oriented this way. Okay, so these two obviously don't go next to each other. But it can't be you. It cannot be. Interesting. I don't think this... Even though it connects down there, I don't think this actually belongs... Well, maybe it does. If that's true... then the top block needs to have the... Let me try something. You two swap. Ha! Excellent. So the bottom of this piece must have the triangular slot, which means this one and that one must switch spots. And this one will go here. Wait, yes. Perfect. Now... simply a matter of these two being misaligned. I didn't mean that. No. Alright. Right. Because this one needs the... Is that the square slot? elementary, my dear Watson. I'm gonna keep just doing that, aren't I?
It is a mold, and it is ready for casting.
Perfect.
The mold is prepared for casting. We just need to fill it with certain material. Sir Rodney has made a reconstruction of the mythical golden knife. He seemed unafraid of maledictions, and yet... The mold is... Half a glass of water should be enough to create a plaster solution. Now, let us see what we have here.
Ha!
This knife is very similar to that described by the coroner as the weapon that killed Sir Rodney.
You should not leap to any hasty conclusions, Watson.
Oh, right. Well. Alrighty. So we have to get those two checked off the list. Very interesting. Alright. Is there a save system in this game? No. Well then, Watson.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
We will continue this investigation next week, everyone. I'm going to stop it here for this week. We've made some good progress, and I think I have a theory, but I'm not willing to jump to any conclusions just yet. So, I hope to see you again next Wednesday for some more Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Otherwise, I will be back on Friday with some more Rage 1, and beyond that, I should be back next Monday with some more Heavy Rain. And I hope to see you all at any one of those. Streams start at 7:30 p.m. PST. And yes, without anything else. If you have missed any of my streams or want to get caught up on them, they're all archived over on my YouTube channel. You can see them over there. Each one is on its own playlist, so if you want to get caught up. And I also do make content strictly and just for YouTube as well. So if you want to continue watching more of my content when I'm not streaming, there's plenty of it over on YouTube. So, yes, I think that'll do good. I'm not going to do a raid tonight. I just don't think there's anyone to raid tonight. I'll double check, but I'm fairly positive. Oh, actually Ivy Twizzle's playing How to Survive. Well, let's send it to Ivy Twizzle then. See if he's surviving. So, thank you again, everyone. And as always, until next time, please stay safe out there. And I will see you in the future. Bye-bye.